coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities in the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. We are underway from North London.
Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They will start this drive with 4. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
At the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
And they turn to 4. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
Flacco off play action.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I thought, well, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 5 carries, 51 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently. Maybe work it outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish the run game.
They'll try one for with Jones.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 34.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs, you know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up. The big fella. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
And the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
They'll go in for 2, then kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings, nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll work this one up to about the 38. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 3rd and 3. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings first down.
Here's McCarthy. Out to Jefferson, and he's got it. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
To the air again, McCarthy. Open man, that's Fulton. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on the punt for Minnesota. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Now Flacco already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least in the field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Setting up to throw, Flacco. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Jerry Jeudy. A gain of 9 brings up
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Ivan Pace on the coverage.
They go pass again with Flacco. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Flacco. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice Nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. He's got his target. That's complete. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, games will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Flacco fakes the give, sets the throw. And Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Vikings nothing.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Working to put a drive together. Looking to throw McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerome Ford with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have opened the lead up to 30. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Vikings nothing.
best kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Vikings ready to go again on offense.
And this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On play action, McCarthy going up underneath. He's got Hawkinson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
44-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy.
Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down.
See where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot. Backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at 4th down now. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
And here's Ryan Wright now
As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Set back at the 38. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the 2 teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Forced out to his left. Now the ball comes loose. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And now they're in the hurry up.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Play action. Flacco.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They run with 4.
Oh, he sheds himself free.
Still going. He may go.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals.
You see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down
point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Down there. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
McCarthy operating from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. You're not going to win this one. Right now, they're going for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Browns, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.
Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get you caught up on. We'll start in Arlington. The Cowboys at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And this is the Green Bay defense coming up with a play. They force the fumble, and it's a scoop and score for the touchdown. The Packers are able to come away with the road win. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos as they host the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's the All-Pro from a season ago, Jamar Chase. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Bengals get it done on the road as they come away with the victory. One more for you. Let's go to SoFi Stadium. It's the Rams taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And it's Josh Downs. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Colts find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. Until next week, Scott Hansen, good night from Orlando.